So when it comes to the Eternals, we know Marvel Studios has a big future in mind for them, assuming their film is a success when it hits theaters this upcoming November. Now with that in mind, they are still shooting the film and there's a lot being shot. So we're going to talk about that and some people's worries. So if you guys would like to get the full details on what is being shot, there's going to be 2 articles down below specifically talking about different sequences being shot. But during one of them, it is very clear, according to many people that are there, extras and different photos hitting the internet, that there is something happening that relates to London. And it looks like it is going to be a battle between the Deviants and the Celestials. Now, of course, the Celestials being the big guys, the Deviants being whatever they're going to be from the comics, and then the Eternals being caught sort of in the middle makes some sense. Now, at the same time, I've seen some people online and, it's been messaged to me to talk about the fact that there's some worry that this film is behind schedule or something, and it's because they're shooting still in January/February, and the film is coming out in November, and this isn't very common, I guess, of Marvel, which makes me question what everybody is talking about, because this is literally Marvel 101. Like, Black Widow was shooting in July, but it's coming out in May. Like, it's literally Marvel 101. That's how they do it. They start shooting usually a year out. Now, before somebody goes on and says, oh, look at this link, you're wrong. Look, Avengers films don't count. That's a completely different beast. And that would still actually relate to the Avengers, just not to how they shot Infinity War and Endgame, because those were shot back to back. So yes, technically Endgame shot 2 years before it was out. Okay, that's like one to the exception, right? Like, there's nothing else. So I don't think there's a worry here. It's Marvel Studios. They're a well-oiled machine, as we always say. If they're falling behind schedule, we're never going to know it, but why would anybody think they are? Like, they're going to start shooting Spider-Man in July, and the film is coming out the July after. Again, so if you do the math, if they're shooting for 6 to 9 months, which they always are, Spider-Man typically ends up wrapping in November. And again, the math just kind of makes sense. So nobody's behind schedule, it's just the nature of how they're approaching every single property they have, and it's been the same through and through. So I think everything is fine in this giant battle they're shooting. Obviously it's going to be heavy CG, but I think sooner or later we'll know what it is, and more than likely it's exactly what the set photos and videos are saying it is.